Hi, I'm Jackie Noblett, and I'm here with Brian Jones of Envision Financial Systems, and we're at the NICSA General Membership Meeting in Boston. So Envision is winning an award for your FundKeeper sub-accounting platform, and obviously shareholder record keeping, sub-accounting, omnibus accounting gets a lot of attention. Can you kind of explain how this platform came about?
A few years back, we took a look at the marketplace and what was happening with sub-accounting, and working with U.S. Bank Global Fund Services, we identified an opportunity where there are certain types of accounts which go direct to the fund company that perhaps weren't being dealt with in the most efficient manner. So we put our heads together and launched the FundKeeper platform, which is really meant to address the inefficiencies in the mutual fund processing between the financial intermediary, in this particular case primarily independent broker-dealers, and the funds distributors themselves.
In terms of sub-accounting from the mutual fund provider's perspective,
it helps the fund itself because it creates a much more efficient distribution channel for them. You know, funds are always fighting for distribution. In this particular model, it creates a much more efficient process between that broker-dealer firm, the rep, and the fund company itself. The other thing that it does is many of these accounts, because of the lack of oversight or the difficulty with oversight that some of the brokers have, a number of these positions run the risk of being abandoned. The broker-dealer rather, looks at those and says, well, if I don't have the proper oversight, do I really want them? And they contemplate resigning as the broker-dealer. And then what you do is you leave the fund company with a small balance orphaned account, and now the distributor has to take on that fiduciary risk.
Being on both the TA record-keeping side and now on the sub-accounting side, what are you seeing in terms of, as omnibus has kind of become ubiquitous, and there's all of this focus on fiduciary responsibility and cost and compliance in these relationships. How's this all affecting kind of the underlying technology?
Over these past, 8-10 years, maybe even more, we've seen a lot more regulatory and compliance regulation heading in our way, both on the broker-dealer side and on the fund way. So the technology has to be nimble enough to adapt to that technology, to be able to address all of those concerns in a much more efficient way than it has in the past.
The data has to be available to audit and to kind of show a paper trail, essentially.
Absolutely, and things like clean shares. Clean shares are difficult for the funds. The brokers now have an opportunity to select what kind of fee structure they want to put around those. So the sub-account platform, or our FundKeeper platform, has to be able to adapt and has to be able to deal with custom schedules broker by broker.
Well, it sounds like you've been doing a lot of work. Thanks for explaining it to me.
Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.